Greetings, captains. It's Admiral Revan speaking. Hope you're doing well, and we got a bit of an interesting moment of our lives here. So, the Wisconsin is finally out. It's arrived in the ports and is now in action in 13.3. With that being said, also the Battle Pass dilemma, the drama that happened, and well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I was actually a bit annoyed about the whole Battle Pass thing, but we're going to talk about it in a second. And look at this match, folks. We got the Rhode Island versus the Wisconsin. Wow, this is going to be a very interesting showdown. Go check out 99 Destroyer. 99 Destroyer is a good friend of mine in the channel community. He's a streamer, an Australian streamer who lives locally here in Brisbane, and at the same time though that he is in the middle of pushing for community contributor for World of Warships on the Asia community. So feel free to support him, give him some love and appreciation for his content. He's got a great YouTube channel that's been established. But yeah, look at this, folks. I'm gonna just be honest with you. First and foremost, the Wisconsin, the event so far in terms of the ship's good, but it's an Iowa class at tier 10, and let's just be brutally honest that this ship is pretty good. I mean, the camo's nice. The ship design and everything about it, well, okay, first and foremost, it is an Iowa class at tier 10. To be fair, I mean, you're better off playing the Iowa at tier 9, and at least you get to know and understand the basics of how to play the American Iowa class battleship before you actually get used to playing the Wisconsin. Now, I have to admit, on the back of my mind, about the whole thing about these, dockyard ships, in all seriousness though, the biggest thing about it all is that the one gripe I did have about the dockyard ships is that if anyone wants to get the dockyard ship, in all seriousness though, whenever the public test server is live, let's just be fair. If Wargaming actually gave us the opportunity to actually use the doubloons that we have on our public test accounts and actually just buy the ship outright, have a look at it inside and out, and have a quick feel of the ship and see if we like it or not, it would actually either make or break the franchise in a very good way to actually give good feedback for Wargaming, but at the same time though, it actually gives value for money where it's due. In all seriousness though, over the years for the dockyard ships, I have to say that, we had some good dockyard ships and some crappy ones, and to be fair. Now, honestly, one of my friends was, saying to me, and back in the behind the eight ball, was that, they had invested a lot of time and money into this game and stuff, but, all they can see is that, Wargaming is just deliberately making us fork out lots and lots of money just to get the ships that they want. Well, yes and no, but but unfortunately it's becoming more and more true and apparent these days, which is a bit of a concern in my point of view. But one of the closest people that I know is my dad, actually, and when I was talking to him about it, was that one thing I never understood in terms of all the years I played World of Warships is that they have the public test server, they have these dockyards. Why not, as it gets closer to the actual event itself, have special dockyard opportunity testing where we as the community go out there and test the ship lively on our public test accounts and just see if we love the ship or not. And at the end of the day, it actually will determine whether we want to fork out our wallets to actually invest into our time and commitment towards the game itself to actually grind the ship, get the ship we want, or move on and do something else. And that's the only thing about it all. The rewards itself in the dockyard is great, don't get me wrong, and that's the only thing we have about the Wisconsin. The Wisconsin itself, I have played it. I have to say that on the live stream with my friend 99 Destroyer and also Tassie here. See, Tassie is playing the Iowa class, and he said the discounted version of the Wisconsin. Well, be sure to check out Tassie Devil as well too, folks. He's a great dude, very knowledgeable and everything as well. Look, in all seriousness though, the Wisconsin itself, I love it. The only thing I have to say was a little bit different about this ship is that it starts and it reverses pretty quick, and it's very responsive. It's maneuverable, it does the job very well. Honestly, that the ship does have some good perks with the so-called, you know, like cool functionality with this immediate system reload, which is pretty nice. But overall, the ship is pretty good. It does pack a lot of damage. In fact, I actually citadeled a Montana at almost max range, and I was shocked, and everyone else on the live stream at the same time was shocked as well too. So it does pack a punch. It does a good job in doing so. Now, the Battle Pass debacle, I have to say, I am absolutely shocked about this. You know, like when Wargaming first announced the new patch and everything, the so-called Battle Pass, the Golden Week I think it was called, nobody talked about it. That's the funny thing. Nobody talked about it, and I was actually looking at it and going like, oh, okay, it's like not too bad, but the rewards, you know, like in all seriousness though, it just seemed horrible, and it just didn't seem right. But here's the funny thing. The funny thing about it all was that they made an announcement not too long ago, most recently said they have fixed it, everything's going to be good, etc. Well, I got news for you, Wargaming, and viewers, if you're watching this video right now, I have to say that I think that you're probably gonna either laugh or cry, or even, you know, like share the Understatement of the Year award here. Look, I'm gonna show you the difference between all three different battle passes on all three servers I play on. These are all three legitimate accounts that I play on my actual standard accounts that I play for this game. The first one I'm showing you is the NA server, and this is the NA server, and this is also Asia server. So both NA and Asia server are very similar to each other right now. And I have to say that the doubloon rewards is pretty, you know, pathetic in my opinion. I mean, like, the only thing I liked about this one is actually like the camos for the Japanese warships, which is pretty cool. The commander, fair enough. I mean, like, everyone loves an extra commander to save you from, you know, buying or recruiting a new commander. At the same time though, that, you know, some rewards are not too bad. However, I mean, like, in the top row, some rewards are very nice, and there's some permanent, you know, economic benefits as well, which is pretty sweet. But honestly, this is where, you know, like, I had to draw the line. So ever since the drama that happened about everything that was going on, I have to admit that I was like, you know, I try do the best, you know, like, to stay away from it all, because even though my viewers will come into my channel and say there's, you know, peace of mind and everything, and that's fair enough. I mean, like, first and foremost, I mean, like, I had been out of touch, you know, like, with all real life stuff going on, and that's cool. But when I looked at the game and all the changes going on, and, you know, like, one of my moderators was telling me everything was happening, I was going like, you serious? You know, like, that's the first thing I was just like saying, it's like, you serious? And yeah, I mean, like, it is true. I mean, like, a lot of things were happening left and right, so I just went like, you gotta be kidding me. So, despite of everything that I've been, you know, seeing and hearing, I mean, like, I was checking out my EU account today, and, well, okay, so I logged onto my EU account, and, well, the rewards on my EU account really changed my different perception of, you know, like, what the battle pass should have been, I suppose. I mean, like, let's just be realistic, that the battle pass should have been, you know, like, this to begin with. I mean, like, I just have to say that, you know, like, when I looked at it, I was going like, all right, you know, like, it's, you know, you got like nearly 2,500 doubloons, which is pretty good. You got some blues, you got some good bonuses, you got the commander, of course, and, you know, the steel is, you know, like, you got 750 steel, which is pretty decent. I think you get like almost like 1,500 steel, I think it was. But, you know, like, either way, I mean, like, when I looked at last time, I was just gonna sit and go like, okay, you know, steel is good, coal's nice. Free XP is okay. Economic benefits, blues are very decent, and at the end of the day, I mean, like, you get free camouflages as well too. So I thought that's pretty sweet. Now, I have to admit, though, that with the whole thing about, you know, like what Wargaming has been doing, it made no sense about like what was going on with the battle pass. And first and foremost, for God's sake, Wargaming, I mean, like, if you're gonna make a, you know, a change with the battle pass, you have to be consistent with all the other servers as well too, right? I mean, like, look at this. Asia and NA are nowhere is sharing the same love that EU server is doing right now. So I'm kind of like sad about it, to be honest with you. But you know, here's the thing about, you know, like, being a global game. The thing is that whenever you make a change, you should make it available on a global level for all servers, not just, you know, one server has this, one server has that. The consistency is mind-boggling, and, you know, in all seriousness though, what's inconsistent at the moment is that if you do something different in one region server, it should be made available to all region servers, no matter what. And it should be fair for everyone out there, in all seriousness though. I mean, like, it's just kind of ridiculous that, let's just say that the NA server has all these cool perks, whereas Asia server and EU server is missing out on certain things. Same thing vice versa for Asia, same thing vice versa for EU. If you're making something, you know, like, available for the battle pass, make it available global for all servers, no matter what. I mean, like, if you're gonna make a change for a certain server, make it available for all servers, no matter what the reason. Now, in terms of Asia server, well, Asia server got me puzzled a little bit, and I'll say this why. Because, like, I actually looked on the Asia server very, very closely, and there was one thing on there that there was a camo of some kind, like a lantern camo. And, you know, to be honest with you, lantern camos are pretty cool, but the way I thought about it anyway. But, you know, like, as I look at it, I'm going like, oh, okay, it looks pretty nice. But, you know, as I look back on the other servers, I'm going like, the inconsistency, man. One thing that's consistent is the Congo camo, but, you know, seriously, I mean, like, this is, you know, drilling my head in. Yeah, they got the, you know, Wargaming is doing a good job of being inconsistent with a lot of things, and, you know what, they need to, you know, step up the game and actually get it fixed and do it done right. That's just my 2 cents. But anyways, in terms of the Wisconsin event, it was okay, but there are some things that I felt that could have been improved on. I will admit though that the Wisconsin itself, the whole event itself, could have been better on some levels. I mean, like, the mission grinds that you do on the Wisconsin is mind-boggling, and honestly, asymmetric battles is the best thing that they have brought back in game. Now, I will be honest with you that asymmetric battles is the best saving grace that I have ever had seen in this game from start to finish. So, in all seriousness though, if you want to do the time, do the grind for the Wisconsin event to get it going for yourself, yes, 3,200 doubloons is pretty good starting point for you. But at the end of the day, it's worth it. You know, like, in terms of the grind and everything. So if you got the time to do the grind, it's worth it at that level, even if you got the ship as well too. But just my point of view and opinion, folks. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this. But yeah, it's just absolutely mind-boggling about everything that I've been seeing and hearing so far in this game. But yeah, take my advice. I mean, like, take it one day at a time, just enjoy yourself, have fun. And, you know, the battle pass itself, I suppose the best suggestion I can give you about the battle pass is let Wargaming know the difference on your accounts, and see how they would react to that and see if they step it up and fix it. Because, in my opinion, they should bloody well do it and fix it up right for you. That's just my 2 cents. Have a good one, everyone, and have a great weekend.